guys, today I'm going to show you how to make the windows on your buildings. So this is the hardest part, and this is one of the main things I grade on because this shows me if you truly understand how to use the vanishing point in one point perspective. So I'm going to read you the project requirements, and then I'm going to explain how to do the windows. I'd also like you to do at least 2 sets of windows with me with this video so that you can get the hang of how to do it. So number 2 says vertical lines, okay, so those are lines that go up and down, on the right and left side of each window should line up with the vanishing point. Horizontal lines, which is lines that go back and forth, on the top and bottom of the windows should align with the roof. The slant of the roof equals the slant of the top and bottom of the window. All right, so that's a lot. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You can see these people, I put their example on here because they had everything in perspective. Now, sometimes, like for instance, this person put a little money symbol. You can add other designs to the buildings if you like, but again, it has to be in perspective because that's the point of the project. So on mine, there are 2 basic types of windows that I see. There's the windows that are in perspective that appear to get smaller as they go towards the vanishing point that are separated. I'm going to show you how to do separated windows similar to this also. The other kind of style of windows that I use is what I call the checkerboard. So it has a basic checkerboard, and then you can alter the designs by just putting like different geometric designs in the inside. And I've done that several times, and I based it off of just a checkerboard. So let me show you how to make individual windows. You're going to need your ruler, you're going to need a pencil, and possibly a spare eraser. You can stop this video at any time to try it on your own because this is not easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to put it on the vanishing point. Whenever you're making the right or the left side of a window, your ruler always has to be on the vanishing point. I can't just take it and go like this and draw a window. That's not going to be in perspective. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to draw a line. Move my ruler over. Remember, it's like a clock hand, so my ruler always has to be on this vanishing point. I'm going to draw another line. Okay, so this is going to be a set of windows here. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to put it and I'm going to line it with the roof. So whatever the slant of the roof is, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move it down a little bit. I'm going to draw a line in between the 2 that I made because remember, this is going to be a set of windows. I'm going to keep that slant. I'm going to move it down. I'm going to draw a line, move it down a little, draw a line, move it down a little more, draw a line, move it down a little more, draw another line. Now, let's say I accidentally, like my friend knocks my elbow on accident, which if you're social distancing, it shouldn't happen, but let's say it happens. And it goes like this. What you can do is put your ruler back on the top of the building, this slant, move it down again, and then you have the right angle. All right, so I'm going to do a couple more. Now, let's say your building, you could choose any building. Let's say your building is longer and you need more than 4 of these, then you just keep going. So what I'm doing is I'm putting 2 little lines that are next to each other that are the slant of the roof. All right, then I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to actually erase these little sides of the lines that go in between the windows. And so what this did was it made individual separate windows in perspective. So notice how they get bigger and they slowly get smaller. And the reason I did that, or how it did that, is because I used the vanishing point, okay? I could make the same set of windows over here, or I could do something different if you have a side of the building. It's up to you. I'll show you in a minute how to make a set of windows that are together, and then that will kind of help you out also. Now what I'm going to do is do the checkerboard. So I'm just going to turn it to here. I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to put it on the vanishing point, and I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to move it over. Keep your ruler on the vanishing point. Draw a line. Move it over. Keep your ruler on the vanishing point. Draw a line. Let me see how much room I have left. I guess I'll put one more. All right. So now I have lines that go to the vanishing point. I'm going to take my ruler, put it on the top of the building, move it down, draw a line across. I have to keep my slant, remember, the same as the top of the building. If I don't, it is not going to be correct. My pencil's getting a little dull here. I need to sharpen it. So I'm going to go all the way down, and you can see I'm making a checkerboard. Now, you could leave it as a checkerboard if you wanted to. I do not suggest coloring these in until you are all done, like with Sharpie, because if you make a mistake and the teacher checks it at the end, we cannot fix it at all or tell you how to fix it. Now, if you want to take your pencil and you're just doing checkerboard and you want to do like a real light shade on here, that's fine, just so you can mark it. But do not color very dark, because the Sharpie will not stick to the pencil if you color this very, very dark. So if you're interested in making a checkerboard and just lightly coloring it in, that's fine. All right, so I could do that if I wanted to all the way down. The other thing I can do is I can make another checkerboard, and instead of coloring these in, I could actually put, like, let's say a diamond in the inside. And if I draw that diamond and color it in, that counts as another building. I only want you to repeat a building as many times as 2 times. So for example, if I wanted to make this building with plain windows, I could do another building somewhere else with plain windows also, but I don't want you to repeat the same pattern more than twice. Okay? All right, so those are the 2 basic types of windows that I show. The other rule is if you want to make a diagonal line is a slanted line. So when I made, let me see, on my finished one, there was one diagonal one that I believe I had. Oh, right here. So I made a diagonal line on here, and you do not have to make it go to the vanishing point. So diagonal line is the exception. I wouldn't want all your buildings to be diagonal, but let's say I want to do a diagonal line, which is a slanted line. It does not have to go to the vanishing point. So I could go through, change the spacing on my lines. And I know this is not a traditional building, but I never said it had to be traditional. Okay. And then I would go ahead and I could shade this in if I wanted to, or I could just wait until I was ready to do the Sharpie, and that's fine. I'm going to try to make another video showing you how to do more of these, but these are the 3 basic types. So windows that separate, checkerboard, diagonal. You can only reuse a window twice. Thanks so much.